Global warming is the increase of the Earth's atmospheric temperature due to the greenhouse effect. Since the 20th century, Earth's surface temperature has increased by about 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit. As humans burn fossil fuels, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. This increasing amount of CO2 gets trapped in the atmosphere and causes the Earth to heat up. Only 30% of the infrared rays are reflected off our atmosphere and into space. All the heat from inside our atmosphere gets trapped and causes Earth to overheat. With the increasing heat, Earth's ice caps began melting. Arctic summer sea ice has decreased by about 9% since 1979. As they continue to melt, sea levels steadily rise, negatively affecting cities and islands around the globe.
New York City and Miami, Florida are the two largest cities on the East Coast, and both of them have a high-level risk for flooding if the sea level continues to rise. 8 million people live in New York City alone, and there are hundreds of miles of heavily populated coastline. It has been predicted that at some point in 2100, the water level will rise by 3 feet and will take over a large part of Miami, Brooklyn, and Queens. With the rising sea levels, Louisiana is extremely vulnerable to flooding. Because it's situated on a delta at the mouth of a river, the land around it is sinking. Louisiana's industry includes producing petroleum and offshore oil and gas drilling, making Louisiana the third largest petroleum producer in the country. If the sea level rises high enough, their industry could be ruined.
Islands around the world are in danger of sinking and becoming uninhabitable due to rising sea levels. The islands in the Maldives are one of the many places already being affected. The islands are already vulnerable due to their flat landscape and highly populated cities. 325,000 people are in danger, as their freshwater lens narrows and their beaches become engulfed in water. The average ground level is only 4 foot 3 inches above sea level, making the Maldives the planet's lowest country. The island already struggles with flooding, and a slight sea level rise of 3 feet could completely submerge them, making them uninhabitable. In 2004, the Maldive Islands were seriously damaged in a 14-foot tsunami. 6 islands were totally destroyed, and 56 islands were seriously damaged. Though the wave was only 14 feet tall, a total of 108 people, both native and foreign, were killed. This shows that islands are very vulnerable to a slight change in water level, making it important to protect islands like these. The lack of education about energy usage is a big problem. In order to better understand how people's actions can affect the Earth, we need to speak out and educate people on what can be done to individually lessen our own carbon footprint. In order to prevent all these horrible things from happening, there are some things that we humans can do in our own homes and our everyday lives to prevent the unnecessary emission of carbon dioxide. Recycling your used plastic bottles, paper, batteries, cardboard boxes, etc. Conserving energy like turning off your lights when you leave a room, unplugging appliances that are not in use, and even some things as little as hang drying your laundry. Plastic alternatives are something that would be a huge help, using biodegradable cups, utensils, trash bags. They even have biodegradable dishwashing soap. Those are just some of the things that we could do personally in our own immediate lives. There are also some things that, as a community, we could do to withhold the excess amount of carbon that is being released into our atmosphere. One of these things is finding an alternate energy source. Instead of using fossil fuels like oil and coal, we take up the use of windmills or wind generators, as well as solar-powered devices, and once again addressing the biodegradable products. Plastic is extremely bad for our atmosphere, for us and for animals. Getting companies to go green and manufacture biodegradable products would do wonders in solving the problem we face. These products dissolve in the landfill, while plastic is burned, releasing toxic fumes and, guess what, carbon into the air. Ideas like the Kyoto Protocol could have an extremely positive effect. At least the idea of having the nations meet to discuss a global-wide shift in product and energy use would make an impact on our future, and this time for the benefit.